Hey, Kaisa here. Today's ride is the Maysville Gravel Mayhem gravel race in Maysville, Georgia. It's about an hour east of Atlanta, Georgia, and this was a Panaracer sponsored event with 3 different race distances. The 30 mile with 1700 feet up, 42 mile with 2600 feet up, and 60 mile with 4000 feet up. I party paced the 60 mile and enjoyed the ride with my friend Tito, who is a longtime viewer of my channels. He hit me up I think about last year, and finally here we are a year later. Today was a super humid and hot day with the temperatures being in the high 90s with humidity being over 80%. The lovely southern environment. Let's get started with this ride, sit back and enjoy. Beginning this race we had to cross a bridge, which was immediately a pinch point for everyone who was racing. I don't really think this part was planned well.
Thanks. Gotta get the good pictures.
All different distance groups started together and it was difficult to see who was riding what distance, especially since most people were actually racing. So at the beginning it was a really extended line of bikers at various paces. But eventually the groups separated and it became more clear who was riding the 60 mile. Once we got to gravel, I got to experience what the day was actually going to be like, and that's the constant smell of poop. This was farmlands with tons of animals and it smelled like manure everywhere. It was honestly kind of tough to get used to, but whenever we were more in the forest, it was much nicer to ride. This was around where I found out Tito was not a strong climber, especially on gravel. And turns out this was his very first gravel ride, which I think it's such a gutsy move to start off with a 60 mile gravel ride, but damn man, he pushed through. We started this repetition where I would break away during the uphills and he would kind of catch up on the downhills or the paved roads. This was really nice for me since the scenery during these paved sections was really nice as well, so I could actually film sometimes. It's about 9 AM but already starting to feel really hot. Especially in areas with no shade. It's just so hot. You're just being grilled by the sun.
Gee. It's so hot. Oh my god. I am like 5th from last. She's got it, he's right there. Good job, guys.
After the first aid station at around mile 20, my legs started to feel really good and I could really push it. I could stand and sprint up hills, and sorry about my sweat that dripped onto the lens, although it might have just been water. I didn't really notice for quite a while about this because I was just in a groove. But you know what I also didn't notice? Tito. I climbed up one of the hills and looked back and he was nowhere near. And I was like, oops, oh crap. So I waited for about 15 minutes, but no one was coming. I passed a few people during this time, but even those people I didn't see. So at that point I was like, it's 90 something degrees with no wind, so I'm heading out. And I also cleaned the lens. Finally.
FedEx 1084. I don't know what that means. Do they just get FedEx packages every day? What if it's UPS? They don't want UPS, they don't order anything. They return it if it's from UPS. This is so awesome.
large portion of this section was under trees and shade, so whenever you got out in the sun, you could really feel the heat coming upon you. Especially on the black tarmac, there was just such a significant difference in temperature.
It's also just, there's just no shade. I think I got sunscreen. Let's see if it was enough. Easy heel. Heel going up. Oh, there's more.
This section just kept going up. Pretty much the whole thing was rolling hills, so it was tough but really enjoyable. Being alone was kind of boring, but I brought it upon myself, so oh well and oops. For me, I think there was a bit more pavement than I would have liked. I personally wasn't a fan of switching between gravel and pavement every few miles. I prefer larger chunks of gravel with bits of pavement, and I think that was why this route felt really quick for 60 miles, since you can just speed through all the roads. And there were a lot of cars and trucks on the roads, which meant you kind of had to go fast as well. Eventually I was getting very close to where the second aid station was supposed to be. I knew it was up a hill, so it was climb one hill, not there, climb another one, not there either, until finally I found myself some agua. And here I waited and talked and made new friends until Tito came up the hill.
Good.
He just got here. Actually.
Yeah.
30
seconds ago.
No, like just now. Yeah.
That might have been a mistake.
Why?
Not that much water. you got some Cokes.
I got a Sprite.
We're just gonna party pace the rest.
I thought I was fit for this. Thanks for your patience.
No worries.
Once we got back onto the gravel, what awaited us was a long and steady climb that we bombed down in the morning. It definitely felt significantly shorter in the morning, and it just kept going up, and it was really unfortunate because the smell of manure was always there.
Jesus. Good God, it's so long. Tragedy. It's so hot. Woo! You got this.
Take a minute.
Yep. Damn.
But after this climb, what awaited us was a really open area where you could see for miles. Just a wide open area full of greenery. This view was definitely the highlight of my day.
Damn.
Gravel here was pretty smooth for the most part. There were chunky bits here and there, but probably the most fun difficulty type of gravel, I'd say. The scenery was really nice too, going from vast views and open spaces to roads fully covered in trees.
Huh? What was that? You okay? Oh, you cramped? Just take your time.
And finally at around mile 55 or so is where I initially got the feeling of, yeah, okay, I had a lot of fun. Now I just want my burger and relax instead of being grilled out in the sun. So we blasted the last few miles and get to the finish line where they were actually calling our names because we were so slow. It really was the perfect timing though.
And Brent Van Fleet and Alex Draper. If you know of any, oh, there's two of them right there. 128.
You want to ride 2 more miles for the Fonda? Okay, I guess not. 2 more for the Fonda. I'll do it later.
Dead.
Not nice and easy, I guess.
Overall, I really enjoyed this ride. I think I'd have to carry one more bottle if there weren't aid stations to fill up water. There was a gas station around mile 35 or so, I think, but I didn't see any rivers where you could use a water filter to refill. I'd definitely come out to ride this again next year. Super fun ride even if you don't race it. I'll leave the route in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked the video. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next ride.